Hey, can I tell you a crazy story? It's about how I went from hearing God's voice in the shower in my mum's house to 5-star hotels and a $1 billion boardroom at just 22 years old. So I had just graduated uni and I was desperately looking around for the next thing. I was praying to God that he would send me in the right direction, but nothing happened. And every job application I tried for, I failed. So I was starting to grow really frustrated when one day I was in the shower and I heard this very clear instruction from God to travel to a random children's worker conference in Glasgow. He didn't tell me why, but told me that I just had to go. I also couldn't drive at the time, so my mum agreed to take me. But the whole time we were traveling there, she was saying, we have to go back home, we have to go back home, because the rain was pouring and there was severe flood warnings, making it very dangerous to drive at the time. All I could do was sit there quietly and pray that something good would come of this. Now, at this point, I had started and failed my business many times, and the dreams of becoming an entrepreneur were growing ever more distant. But when I got to the venue, there was a lady called Shell, and she got up as the first speaker and started talking about entrepreneurship, of all things, at a children's worker conference. It was called The Lions, a UK-wide mentorship program for Christian leaders and entrepreneurs to develop their projects. I was completely blown away. So at the end of the conference, I pitched to her my idea. I later applied and I was accepted. This was the answer to my prayers. But later on, I found out that I was headed into a lion's den. It was a crazy whirlwind of an experience for a young graduate now amongst a handful of successful UK leaders in a 5-star hotel. The first year was an incredibly challenging and even overwhelming experience at times, as I drove down 600 miles 7 times, down from Scotland to Birmingham back up again, as I learned about entrepreneurship, executive leadership, and how to run a business with kingdom-driven values. We spent weekends listening to speakers flown in from all around the world, doing team-building tasks and eating Michelin-star foods. I was living the dream. Lions challenged me to go way beyond my limits and see the business from a much bigger picture. I graduated first year last autumn, and God also blessed us with private investment from the Lions to develop an illustrated children's book, which we then spent the second year writing and developing and reporting back in KPIs to a $1 billion boardroom at 22 years old. It just blows my mind. With the Lions' help, Newfound Hope launched this summer in front of 35,000 people at the Big Church Festival with our beautifully illustrated children's book alongside our airloads, our trainer innovation. And having just got off the roller coaster, having graduated second year, I can really look back and say thank you to God for all that He has done. All things are possible for the one that believes in Him. Now my eyes are firmly set on Him, and my ears are listening to His next word in the shower. Please follow us for the next adventure as we look to empower kids of all abilities to spring forward with newfound hope in their souls.